So I logged onto Twitter earlier today and I saw that there was a new Rurouni Kenshin teaser for the 2023 anime. And I saw the one from earlier this year, the one that was Kenshin running around slashing people during the Bakumatsu era. And that's all that teaser was, so I didn't really think there was a need to talk about it. But this one, we got a little bit more. We actually got some dialogue. We got to see Kenshin in the present. We got to see Kaoru in the present, and as well as Yahiko and Sanosuke. And I think that it's finally coming together. This thing, I feel, has been kind of a slow cooker. It's slowly been in the process of being created, and I'd like to think that the reason this is because they're trying to do it right. Just before actually starting the video, I actually kind of read up really quickly on what we know yet, and while we don't have an exact release date, it's confirmed for 2023, and we have like names for the director and the script writers, and we know that the author is leading in some of the character designs, and and that's something that actually stood out to me in this teaser, because while this scene from the very first chapter, from when Kenshin and Kaoru are meeting for the first time, feels exactly like it's being lifted from the manga, a later shot from whence Kaoru and Kenshin are well acquainted seems like it's taking a little bit of a loose liberty and just kind of putting Kenshin with some of like his modern outfits, and specifically the scarf that Kenshin is wearing. I like Kenshin in the scarf. I always thought that was kind of a good addition to his character design. And so I don't know, it got me a little bit excited to see Kenshin in the scarf. And I guess like it's just a footnote on what modern Kenshin looks like, where the character design has evolved over the last 20 something years. He has a scarf now. It's like that Simpsons episode with Malibu Stacy and the hat. So it's Kenshin with a scarf.
But she's got a new hat.
Hey, also, I am currently editing the video, and I am talking about Kenshin's scarf as if it was a brand new item. And and I realized after grabbing a page from chapter 2 of the manga that Kenshin is wearing a scarf. And so all this tells me is that scene where Kenshin is wearing a scarf is just chapter 2 of the manga being adapted into the anime. And hey, that's pretty cool that they included that scarf, and they're including that minute detail into this adaptation. So we'll see. So it feels really gross to see, to have read that the author is supervising the character design, or supervising the show somehow, which is usually a good thing. It's in other cases, like, you want to hear that the original creator is somehow involved, but I don't know, I wasn't really thrilled to read that before starting this, and I think that, like, it's readapting that original manga, and it's a complete product. It makes me kind of worried that because we already see, like, we see the scarf, it makes me kind of worried that there will be other kinds of, I guess, meddling to potentially open it up to, like, retcon some things that may open it up so that the new stuff that is being created by the author presently could later on be worked into this anime adaptation. And, well, I haven't read any of that stuff, frankly, because it's a little bit more worth the trouble to seek than I'm willing to go out of my way for. I pretty much just read the manga on the Shonen Jump app. so it's not on the Shonen Jump app for very obvious reasons. I don't really care about that other stuff, and maybe someday like I'll go and read it, but potentially right now like all I care about is getting the Kyoto arc adapted, getting the manga's version of the Rajuta arc, getting Kyoto redone and kind of out of the way, and getting into Jinchu, because Jinchu is what we as fans just really want. And I just can't wait to see it. The way that it's looking, it looks really nice. I really like the character designs. I like the softness of the faces. Like, I think I remember saying in the new Kyoto arc video that I made, which is one of the biggest videos on my channel, that I really like the way Kenshin looked. But comparing that Kenshin to this new Kenshin that we have for the 2023 anime, I think the 2023 anime Kenshin looks so much better than that Kenshin. I don't know what was going on with that hair. Like, they were trying to make him look a little bit more edgy, make him have like spiky hair, but Kenshin doesn't have that. I'm starting to kind of think that Kenshin hasn't aged well, along with that whole project that is just pretty bad to begin with. But this Kenshin, I really like him. I like the softer features. Like, it looks like a 2020 anime. And just kind of comparing that Kenshin to this original Kenshin, from the 1996 to 1998 anime, just what a dramatic difference in the softness in the character designs. I'm really liking what we're seeing. I think that Yahiko looks great. I think that Sanosuke looks a little bit bulky, but I mean, he's supposed to be a street fighter. He's supposed to kind of have like that toughness to him, and I think that it shows it. It's just maybe he looks a little bit awkward. Kaoru, I think, looks lovely as ever, and I don't think that there really is a way to mess up Kaoru. I think that just Kaoru is a beautiful character, design wise. And Kenshin, the one other thing that I wanted to note really quickly is that Kenshin Scar has never looked that soft, and I kind of I kind of like it, but there's a part of me that like also doesn't really like it. I like it in just that, like, oh, it looks more like a scar. Like, it's kind of faded because it's been 10 years time. But the whole purpose of Kenshin's scar, the whole point that like the whole reason that like we know about Kenshin's scar is because of the pain that Kenshin has suffered in getting that scar. The duality of the two lovers that he came between, Tomoe and her late husband, like that is like the scar that Kenshin must, I guess, endure, and it's always been kind of a sharp scar, even from like the original manga. I don't know, it looks fun. It just looks more like a scar, that whereas before it looked more like a character trait, I guess. And it's fine. It's just kind of something that like I'm probably looking a little bit more into than it's worth. But anyways, I think that this project is coming out good. It looks promising. I'm really excited to see where it goes, what we see from here. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like, I'm just as excited as any other Rurouni Kenshin fan about this project. I'm gonna be watching it weekly, and then just eagerly awaiting Jinchu. Like, there's no way that they're not gonna give us Jinchu after all of this time. I remember when the new Kyoto arc was announced. Before we knew it was the new Kyoto arc, like, we thought that. I remember reading online that we thought that it could possibly be Jinchu, and for whatever reason, they just readaptated Kyoto and called it the new Kyoto arc. And just, I don't know, like, that whole project I don't think it aged well, and it's just a footnote in Rurouni Kenshin history. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below. I'd love to read what your guys' thoughts are on this, and as more teasers become available, and I find things that are worth noting and worth talking about, I will record videos for you guys. So I'll catch you guys in the comments. Bye, cha.